What up, y'all? Welcome back. I can't believe I'm doing this. This information came out last night. I was chatting with some people on it before I went to sleep, but it was too late to make a video. So I went to bed, went to sleep. I'm so hyped to talk about this. Alright, Tactics Ogre Reborn, coming out allegedly sometime in November on PS4 and PS5. I still got my PS4. I'm booting it up in November anyways for God of War Ragnarok. So you already know all we doing is playing PS4 from November all through Christmas break, alright? Let's just get it out the way. Looking through the changes here, let's see. The first big one, immediately, the class-wide level management system used in Tactics Ogre has changed. In Tactics Ogre 2010, which was the PSP release, has changed to a unit-by-unit level system, just like the original SNES and PS1. Theorycraft your way through endless combinations of classes, equipment, skills, and magic. Now the important part to note is skills. They mention skills because in this screenshot over here, you can see there's no TP bar anywhere here. No TP bar. So wondering how skills are going to be reworked. Maybe it's just a combination of MP or HP, or maybe it's just running off MP because Denim shouldn't be having any MP here unless he's a magic class, and even if he is a magic class, this is the first tutorial battle of the game, first or second one, so very weird stuff there. Let me see, what else? Unparalleled details of the characters and backgrounds from the original 1995 Tactics Ogre have been painstakingly recreated in high definition. Have they though? Have they? When we look at this is like a upscaled PPSSPP filter. Like, give me the boxy sprites, y'all. Let me just show y'all what I'm talking about. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. See, this is my PSP emulator right now, running resolution ×3 if I'm not mistaken. Now let me bump this back down to where is it at? Texture scaling off. See this boxy goodness? I want this boxy goodness, but I want it crispy, not like how it's looking here all mangled, you know? Give me a nice little boxy update to go with my Tactics Ogre HD super duper remake, alright? Like, why couldn't we do this? Why did we have to resort to this lazy, as Coffee puts it, this lazy clay texture, which is fine for my playthroughs. It's fine because I want to give y'all a nice little crispy experience, right, as best I can on the PPSSPP emulator. But this is Square. This is not Square. Y'all are not some nobody YouTuber on YouTube who wants to make the sprites look a little bit nicer and has no other choice, right? You're Square, you have $1 gazillion. Put some damn good sprites in here. I don't like it. But anyways, moving on from that, let's go back to this initial screenshot here. The cutscenes are fully reworked, fully voiced in English and Japanese, and all the music has been re-recorded with live performances. Chef's kiss, fantastic. I love me some re-recorded music, that's fantastic, and the fact that there are voices now in English and Japanese, I'm neither here nor there on that. A lot of people are scared about the voice acting. I'm gonna give it a shot. I hear it was decent in Triangle Strategy. I haven't played the game yet. What can I say? I mean, I feel like voice acting has the potential to add a little bit of depth to it, but you know, it doesn't really matter, right? Like, I don't know. I'll just be voice acting the cutscenes anyways when I play through them, when I start streaming this eventually anyways, so it is what it is. I feel like they didn't have to waste money on this, right? The in-between chapter cutscenes that you get are fantastic, perfectly serviceable. You got the nice little narrator talking. You got the sliding motion pictures or whatever. It's fine. It's fine. They didn't have to do every single action, you know, voiced over. Like, what is this? They're gonna have Denim voice over option 1 and 2. Like, are they gonna have dialogue for each little speech bubble, each little choice you can make? I don't know. Seems kind of crazy when you could have just spent half the budget on voice actors and given me my damn crispy sprites. Moving on to when you advance far enough in the game, you'll unlock World Turret. Yep, we know about that. Yep. Enjoy a wealth of endgame content such as the 100 level Palace of the Dead. I think this is just like, I think we're gonna have obviously all the Coda DLC moments, right? Like we're gonna have Azulstan, we're gonna have San Bronza, we're gonna have the extra 15 floors of Palace of the Dead. I think it's just marketing, right? They have to say like, oh, 100 level Palace of the Dead. I don't know, 100 is like a nice round number, people like it. That is what it is. But moving on to the screenshots, I don't like the UI, man. I don't like the UI. I mean, I think it looks modern and sleek, and that's cool, but it looks super disorienting. It's hard to read. The boxy font is too damn boxy, and the opacity on these black boxes isn't enough to help me distinguish. Like, there's too much chaos going on. It's too wild. You know, you need like a hard concrete menu for this. So I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of the weird boxy font. And then I'm also not a fan of how small it is. There's this trend in modern games recently, and a lot of Switch games are guilty of this, of having these super tiny fonts on the screen. Like, bruh, what is that all about? I hate it. I don't like it. But moving on from that, putting aside my my damn graphic designer pain points here, we've got this dude has a fire averse logo on him, looks nice and HD here. Denim appears to be a ice unit, a ice attuned unit, or he has a ice affinity as his default here, and Nathaniel over here has a wind affinity. So that's interesting. We do get the RT counter here at the bottom from the PSP version, which is like fantastic. I love that. And then we do get what looks like the help button here. So the select button most likely is going to be giving us the little one-liners and information from the PSP version. And looks like a fast forward button. Yes, because I can't go back to the original PSP version and have my bows and arrows firing at like 2 centimeters per hour. Like, no, we're not doing that. We're fast forwarding 100% of the time. Any other information here from this screenshot that we can gather? No, not really. I think that's it for this one. Then moving on to this juicy bit here. For starters, we do have coffee. If you're watching this, we do have a map behind the map. I can confirm. I don't know what map it is though, and I don't know why they would have a map behind the map if this is a fortress battle. Right, yeah, this is one of the fortresses. That would be a lovely experience for when you're going through San Bronza and you see like the maps behind the map. That'd be really nice, because San Bronza and Hanging Gardens too. But for this, I don't know, doesn't really make sense. I don't know what's up with that. But we have a Judgment 4 spell going on here. This is an indirect spell, and so this looks very indirect-y, AoE, you know, area of effect. You got the light elemental here, you got the number 4. Very nice user experience there. I like that. I don't know what these guys are though. Are they tarot cards? Are they just buffs on units? If they're buffs on units, where's the unit? I mean, is the unit up here and like the UI is getting dragged all over the place because of the spell? I don't know. But this one looks like a typical strength up. This one over here, I don't know what this is. Looks like a star, like the Northern Star. Looks like a snowflake. Maybe it's magic up. I don't really know what that could be. I don't know what that could be. But I do, you know, I'm a fan of this. It's nice and crispy, right? Like, you got these nice and crispy elements, but you don't have the crispy sprites, man. What's up with that? That's just gonna irk me, man. Moving on to this screenshot here. I mean, look at the sprites, man. They're so inconsistent. Why is the border here on the tail of the cockatrice thinner than the border here by his feet? The knights Look at how sloppy the knights look, just drooping. There's no hard edges in that helmet, man. Just it could have been so good. And considering that you're looking at these sprites for the majority of the time that you're playing this game, you'd want them to look beautiful. But alas, we don't. Moving on to down here, look at this. Ileton has 848 HP at level 25. So we're probably gonna be breaking 999, which is fantastic. And I'm not gonna bother explaining why the HP and MP are so high. Rakes, the creator of the One Vision mod, put it perfectly in the pinned comment on Coffee's video about this, so I'll be linking that in the description, and you can see why they're most likely buffing up all the numbers across the board. And this guy is a fire affinity, and he's also has lava walk. I don't know if he has lava walk because of his equipment, or maybe it's because of his fire affinity, or I'm not sure. I was thinking that maybe this screenshot here is taking place during a battle, but you wouldn't have like 3 rows of people in a battle. So this is definitely on the world map. They're looking at their army here, and this guy just has lava walk on him for whatever reason. So that's interesting. Another interesting thing here too is look at these boxes. I wonder what this is about. Is this gonna show your equipment, or I don't know? Or this is gonna be like job mastery? You get stars here, like a Final Fantasy Tactics Advance on the GBA. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to mean. But everyone has their own affinity. That's pretty cool. You know, I never played too much around with the original on PS1 and SNES, so I don't really know what to expect of these affinities. I do know that in the beginning of those games, you would have a questionnaire similar to the tarot cards on the PSP. Instead, you would be having a questionnaire with all the 4 elemental gods, and then you get to pick your affinity. So I don't really know what to think of that. Union level down here. People are speculating that this is probably the level cap of your army. So, and I mean, we'd have good reason to believe that that's true, because there's no unit on this screen that's above level 25. So that could be the level cap, right? No job class in your army can exceed your union level. So that's pretty cool. I mean, that's one way to cap out your units, right? And make it so that you're not grinding. But here's the deal, right? We don't have TP. I don't know if I mentioned that over here. TP is gone. There's no TP, but there is mention of skills. So I'm wondering, maybe skills are going to use MP across the board. Denim should be a warrior class, right? At this stage of the game, that's the default that you get him in. This is like a tutorial battle here, but he still has MP. So maybe skills do use MP. Maybe finishers use all of your MP, or maybe they're like a Tekken 7 comeback mechanic, or like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the X Factor, when you're low on HP, boom, you can unlock use of finishers. We don't really know how that's gonna work, but I mentioned that because why did I mention that? Oh yeah, so units have their own job levels, right? So you have 2 knights here. One knight is level 25, but one knight is level 19. What's gonna happen when I wanna cross pollinate some skills? When I wanna unlock the Terror Knight's Fearful Impact, and I wanna put that on, let's say, Ozma, right? I'm going by One Vision. I don't know what these things are in the original games anymore. But let's say I want to carry over a double attack, right? So I can dual wield. What's gonna happen? Am I gonna have to train up, like, am I gonna have to switch my knight into my level 1? He's gonna be a level 1 warrior, right, for double attack, and I'm gonna have to level that up to unlock double attack, to equip it onto the knight. Like, you see, like, y'all get me? Like, we're gonna be leveling up one class at a time to unlock a skill, to then put it back on this other class, and like, I don't know how that's gonna work. That's gonna be weird. The conductor agrees with me. He doesn't know how it's gonna work either. Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like that's gonna be a little grindy. I don't know how I feel about that, man. Like, I'm a grown adult. I got a job. We all got jobs, right? Like, I don't like too much grind, man. But I do like this right here. We have all the customization options from the PSP menu. And let me see real quick what it looks like on the PSP menu here. Manual sort. So you've got manual sort. We've got sort criteria. We've got the number. We've got reassign IDs. Yeah. So all of those match up to this perfectly, except for this bottom icon here. This one right here. This icon looks like when you press triangle on the screen here, and it shows you all the classes. Because those look like little class mark cards. So I think that's what that's gonna be, which is fantastic. Anything else on this screen? No, I don't think so. I mean, on one hand, the individual job levels are cool because when somebody comes in, right, chances are is that they're going to be scaled up to your level. But the bad part is if you want to switch somebody out of a job class, you're going to have to grind. So, like, no matter what, you're going to have to grind. And so, I don't know how to feel about that. And then the last two screenshots here are just like, look at the beautiful backgrounds, man. I'm zooming in to the full resolution of this picture here on Twitter, and it just looks beautiful. I mean, look at the details here, man. Like, someone needs to rip these from the disc day one so I could use these backgrounds for my thumbnails. Because I'm using Unsplash backgrounds right now from unsplash.com or .org. And trying to match them up as best I can to these images here. So yeah, that looks beautiful. And then look at the world map too. I mean, they have all these nice little individual details. I mean, look at the little blades of grass here on Tynemouth Hill, bro. Like, this is amazing. Look at the bricks here, man. Like, this is amazing stuff, man. Amazing stuff. And when you check this out on the regular screen, yeah, you can see it's definitely nice and cleaned up, right? Nice and cleaned up. What else? Yeah, I mean, look at the difference. I'm basically there one for one. That's very nice, man. That's very nice. I go to Almorica. You can't even see those blades of grass, man. But whew. Yo, y'all see it? Look at this. Look at this. Yo, that looks dope, man. That looks freaking dope. I love that. Yeah, so we got the union level over here as well. We do have titles again, so that's gonna be interesting. Are they gonna become achievements on the PSN? I don't know. And I think that's about it. That's all we know so far, y'all. So let me know what y'all think. Are y'all throwing as big a fit as I am over the sprites and over the terrible UI? I mean, maybe it'll grow on me. Maybe when I have this on my 50-inch TV in the living room, maybe I'll be able to read it better. But it just seems like they're putting too much into a little cramped space. You know, if they would have just moved the portraits to the side, moved them from over here to right here, made them a little smaller, and then given this area here a bit more breathing room, I think that would have been perfect, man. Maybe put the opacity a little bit more darker, right? Maybe it's like 75-80%. So yes, I can still see behind it, but it's dark enough to where I can tell, you know, with clarity, and I don't have all these distracting factors going into this process here, because it just seems too wild. But yeah, let me know if you guys are as much sticklers as I am for that. I love that the portraits look really nice and crispy. I mean, look at that. They got the nice little black outline on it, drop shadow. Yeah, this is looking phenomenal, y'all. This is looking phenomenal. And yeah, let me know if I missed something. I think the only thing no one's really talked about is what these boxes are. So I want to know what y'all think about that. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys next time. Later.